Have you ever wondered if it's truly possible to live without anger? Today, we're diving into how the timeless wisdom of Stoicism can help you achieve just that. Life throws countless challenges our way, often leaving us frustrated, disappointed, or even furious. These moments test our inner strength and resilience. Yet, it's in these very moments that we can choose to grow and transform. Recognizing that anger is a natural response to difficulties is the first step. However, the real journey lies in learning to overcome these emotions and finding enduring peace within ourselves. This transformation is essential for our mental health and personal growth. That's the purpose of our discussion today, to help you navigate the path of emotional mastery and inner calm. We've gathered profound Stoic insights, carefully chosen to inspire and guide you. These lessons will encourage deep reflection, clarity of thought, and a shift in perspective. Our hope is that these teachings will lead you to acceptance, forgiveness, and a tranquil state of mind. Join us as we uncover the secrets to a life without anger. Let's begin. 1. Focus on what you can control. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius's words encapsulate a core principle of Stoic philosophy: the importance of focusing on what we can control. In the face of anger, this lesson is particularly powerful. Often our anger stems from situations or people that we cannot change. By shifting our focus to our own reactions and decisions, we reclaim our power and reduce unnecessary frustration. Start by identifying what is within your control. This includes your thoughts, emotions, and actions. For instance, you cannot control how others behave or unexpected events, but you can control how you choose to respond to these challenges. When confronted with a situation that triggers anger, pause and remind yourself that your power lies in your reaction. This awareness helps you remain calm and composed rather than being swept away by emotion. Practicing mindfulness can enhance your ability to focus on what you can control. Mindfulness involves being fully present in the moment and observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment. When you notice anger arising, take a few deep breaths and center yourself. Reflect on whether your reaction is something you can manage. This mindful approach creates a space between the trigger and your response, allowing you to choose a more measured and constructive reaction. Letting go of what you cannot control is equally important. Recognize that there are many aspects of life beyond your influence. Accepting this fact can be liberating and reduce the stress and anger associated with trying to control the uncontrollable. For example, you might be upset about traffic, a colleague's behavior, or global events. Acknowledge these feelings, but understand that your energy is better spent on how you deal with these situations rather than the situations themselves. 2. Practice mindfulness. Have you ever found yourself reacting impulsively in the heat of the moment, only to regret your actions later? This is where the practice of mindfulness can be incredibly beneficial. Mindfulness, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, involves staying present and fully engaging with the current moment. It helps us to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, allowing us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. For example, imagine you're in a heated discussion with a colleague at work and the conversation is escalating. Instead of letting your anger take over, practice mindfulness by focusing on your breath and listening intently to what your colleague is saying. Notice the tone of their voice, their body language, and your own physical sensations. By grounding yourself in the present, you can reduce the intensity of your anger and respond more calmly to the situation. In your daily life, make a habit of pausing and taking a few deep breaths whenever you feel your anger rising. For example, if a coworker criticizes your work unexpectedly, instead of reacting with frustration, take a moment to breathe and assess your emotions. This brief pause can prevent a hasty reaction and give you time to choose a more measured response. Over time, these small moments of mindfulness can significantly improve your emotional regulation and reduce overall stress. Another practical way to incorporate mindfulness is through regular meditation. Set aside a few minutes each day to sit quietly and focus on your breath. This practice trains your mind to stay present and enhances your ability to remain calm during stressful situations. Even a short daily meditation can have profound effects on your ability to manage anger and maintain emotional balance. 3. Accept impermanence. At some point, we've all felt the sting of disappointment when things don't go as planned. The Stoic principle of accepting impermanence can be a powerful tool to help manage these feelings of frustration and anger. Life is constantly changing, and nothing is permanent. Embracing this truth can bring a sense of peace and reduce our tendency to react with anger when faced with unexpected changes. For instance, imagine you're planning a much-anticipated vacation and your flight gets canceled due to unforeseen circumstances. The initial reaction might be anger and frustration. However, by accepting the impermanence of the situation, you can shift your perspective. Understand that while this disruption is disappointing, it's an opportunity to practice flexibility and adaptability. Perhaps it opens up time for other activities or experiences you wouldn't have considered. To practice this acceptance in daily life, start by reflecting on the transient nature of your experiences and emotions. When you feel anger arising, remind yourself that this feeling, like everything else, will pass. This realization can help to diminish the intensity of your emotions. A practical exercise is to spend a few minutes each day contemplating the temporary nature of your current challenges and successes. This helps to build a mindset that is less attached to specific outcomes and more adaptable to change. 4. Understand your emotions. Have you ever stopped to ask yourself why you feel angry in certain situations? Understanding the root causes of your emotions is crucial for managing them effectively. The Stoics believe that by gaining insight into our emotions, we can better control our reactions and maintain our inner peace. Consider a common scenario. You're at home and your child spills juice all over the freshly cleaned carpet. Your immediate reaction might be to get angry and scold them. But what if instead you took a moment to understand why this incident triggered such a strong emotional response? Is it the inconvenience, the extra work it creates, or perhaps the sense of loss of control? By identifying the underlying reasons for your anger, you can address them more constructively. To put this into practice, start by taking a moment to pause whenever you feel anger rising. Instead of reacting, ask yourself what is really bothering you. Is it the situation at hand, or is there a deeper issue at play? This pause allows you to reflect on your emotions and respond more thoughtfully. For instance, if you realize that your frustration comes from a sense of being overwhelmed, you might choose to address the root cause by finding ways to manage your stress better. Journaling can also be a valuable tool for understanding your emotions. At the end of each day, write down instances when you felt angry and explore the reasons behind those feelings. This practice helps you to identify patterns and triggers, making it easier to anticipate and manage your emotional responses in the future. Over time, you'll gain a clearer understanding of your emotional landscape and be better equipped to navigate it. Another practical approach is to discuss your feelings with a trusted friend or family member. Sharing your experiences and hearing their perspectives can provide new insights into your emotions. It's often easier to understand our feelings when we articulate them and receive feedback from others. This process not only helps in managing anger, but also strengthens your relationships by fostering open communication and empathy. 5. Develop patience. Why is it that some people can wait calmly in the face of delays, while others quickly lose their composure? Developing patience is a key Stoic principle that can help us handle life's frustrations with greater ease. Patience isn't just about waiting, it's about how we wait and the mindset we bring to everyday situations. Imagine that you're stuck on hold with customer service, listening to the same irritating music on repeat. Instead of letting frustration boil over, try seeing this moment as a practice in patience. Use the time to take deep breaths, reflect on something positive, or even jot down a few notes on your phone about a project you're working on. By shifting your focus, you transform a frustrating situation into a moment of mindfulness. Patience can also be practiced proactively throughout your day. For example, if you're teaching a child a new skill, like tying their shoes, notice your reactions. Instead of feeling irritated by their repeated attempts, celebrate their progress and encourage them. This teaches you to value the process and cultivates a nurturing attitude, both towards others and yourself. Incorporate patience into your daily routine by deliberately engaging in slow activities. Try walking without rushing, savoring each step, or cooking a meal without multitasking. Focus on the task at hand and appreciate the time it takes to do it well. These small changes can help you build patience gradually and make it easier to remain calm in more stressful situations. When dealing with longer-term goals, practice patience by setting realistic timelines and breaking your goals into small and manageable steps. For example, if you're aiming for career advancement or learning a new skill, recognize that progress takes time. Celebrate each milestone along the way, no matter how small, and remind yourself that patience is part of the journey. 6. Practice forgiveness. Have you ever held onto a grudge so tightly that it consumes your thoughts and energy? Practicing forgiveness is a core Stoic principle that helps us release the heavy burden of anger and resentment. It's not about excusing someone's behavior, but about freeing yourself from the emotional chains that hold you back. Think about a time when a friend or family member let you down. Maybe they said something hurtful or broke a promise. Your immediate reaction might be anger and disappointment. However, holding on to this anger only prolongs your suffering. By choosing to forgive, you let go of the negative emotions that weigh you down and make space for healing and growth. Start by acknowledging your feelings. It's okay to feel hurt or betrayed. Write down what happened and how it made you feel. This process helps you understand your emotions and why you're holding on to them. Next, consider the perspective of the person who hurt you. What might have led them to act that way? Understanding their situation can foster empathy and make it easier to forgive. Remind yourself that forgiveness is for your benefit, not necessarily for the other person's. It's about reclaiming your peace and well-being. When you forgive, you're not saying that what happened was okay. You're saying that you're not going to let it control your life any longer. Visualize yourself letting go of the anger and imagine the relief and freedom that comes with it. If someone cuts you off in traffic or a coworker makes a snide remark, practice letting it go instead of holding on to the negative feelings. Over time, this habit will make it easier to forgive more significant offenses and maintain your inner peace. 7. Practice self-control. Why do we sometimes act out in ways we later regret? Practicing self-control is a fundamental Stoic principle that helps us manage our impulses and make thoughtful choices. Self-control empowers us to respond to life's challenges with calmness and reason, rather than being driven by anger or frustration. When you're at a family gathering and a relative makes a provocative comment about your life choices, your first impulse might be to snap back defensively. But what if instead you paused and exercised self-control? By taking a deep breath and choosing not to react impulsively, you maintain your composure and can steer the conversation in a more positive direction. You can start with small actions. When you feel the urge to check your phone during an important meeting or conversation, resist the impulse. This practice not only shows respect for others, but also strengthens your ability to control your actions. Over time, these small acts of self-discipline build your overall capacity for self-control. Another practical example is managing your response to stress. Imagine you've had a long, exhausting day at work, and you come home to a messy house. Instead of immediately lashing out at your family, take a moment to pause. Consider taking a short walk or doing a brief meditation to clear your mind. This break can help you approach the situation with a calmer mindset and prevent unnecessary conflicts. Embrace self-control as a daily discipline, and you'll find that it not only reduces your anger, but also enhances your overall well-being and relationships. Self-control also involves setting and sticking to personal boundaries. If you know that certain situations or people tend to trigger your anger, establish clear boundaries to protect your peace of mind. This might mean limiting your time with specific individuals or avoiding certain topics of conversation. By setting these boundaries, you proactively manage your emotional responses and maintain your inner tranquility. 8. Maintain perspective. Have you ever felt like the world was ending over a minor inconvenience? Maintaining perspective is a crucial Stoic principle that helps us keep our emotions in check and respond to situations more rationally. It's about recognizing the bigger picture and not letting small setbacks dominate our emotional landscape. In your everyday life, practice maintaining perspective by regularly reflecting on your priorities and values. For example, if you find yourself getting irritated by traffic jams, remind yourself that arriving a few minutes late is not the end of the world. Think about the things that truly matter, like your health, relationships, and personal goals. This mental shift can help you stay grounded and less reactive to minor annoyances. Another way to maintain perspective is to compare your current challenges with past experiences. Reflect on difficult times you've overcome and how they've shaped you. This comparison can make current problems seem more manageable and less overwhelming. For instance, if you're stressed about a work project, recall a previous project that was equally challenging and how you successfully navigated it. This reminder of your resilience can boost your confidence and calm your nerves. Engage in activities that broaden your horizons and remind you of the vastness of the world. Travel, read about different cultures, or volunteer for causes that help others. These experiences can provide a refreshing perspective and make everyday frustrations seem insignificant. For example, volunteering at a local shelter can shift your focus from your own minor inconveniences to the larger issues others face, fostering empathy and reducing your tendency to get upset over trivial matters. Embrace this principle, and you'll find yourself navigating life's ups and downs with greater ease and serenity. 9. Detach from outcomes. Have you ever felt intense frustration when things didn't go as planned? Detaching from outcomes is a powerful Stoic principle that teaches us to focus on our efforts and intentions rather than the results. This mindset shift can greatly reduce anger and disappointment, helping us maintain inner peace. Imagine you've worked tirelessly on a project at work, but despite your best efforts, it doesn't get the recognition or success you hoped for. Instead of letting anger and frustration consume you, practice detachment. Remind yourself that you can control your effort but not the outcome. By focusing on what you can control, your dedication, creativity, and hard work, you can take pride in your efforts regardless of the result. Incorporate this principle into your daily life by setting goals that emphasize the process rather than the outcome. For instance, if you're learning a new skill, such as playing an instrument, focus on practicing regularly and enjoying the learning process, instead of stressing about becoming an expert quickly. Celebrate small improvements and milestones along the way. This approach keeps you motivated and reduces frustration when progress seems slow. Suppose you plan a special evening for your partner, but things don't go as planned. Perhaps the restaurant reservation falls through, or the weather ruins an outdoor activity. Instead of feeling angry or disappointed, focus on the intention behind your actions, the love and effort you put into planning. Enjoy the time spent together regardless of the unforeseen issues. This mindset shift allows you to appreciate the present moment and the connection you share. Detachment can also be applied to daily interactions and decisions. For example, if you share an idea at a meeting and it's not well received, remind yourself that your value isn't determined by others' reactions. You did your best to contribute, and that's what matters. By detaching from others' opinions and focusing on your own efforts, you maintain confidence and reduce the impact of negative feedback. 10. Reflect on your day. How often do you take time to reflect on your actions and emotions at the end of the day? Reflecting on your day is a key Stoic practice that helps you understand your behaviors, recognize patterns, and make conscious improvements. This nightly reflection can be a powerful tool for managing anger and fostering personal growth. Imagine you're lying in bed at the end of a long day. Instead of scrolling through your phone or worrying about tomorrow, take a few moments to think back on the events of the day. Ask yourself, when did I feel angry today? What triggered that anger? How did I respond? By identifying these moments, you can start to see patterns in your reactions and understand the underlying causes of your anger. Incorporate a reflection journal into your nightly routine. Write down specific instances where you felt anger, along with the context and your response. For example, you might note, I felt angry when my coworker interrupted me during the meeting. I responded by raising my voice. Reflect on why you felt angry and whether your response was productive. This practice not only helps you process your emotions, but also provides a written record that you can review over time to track your progress. Consider an instance where your anger got the best of you. Think about how you can handle a similar situation differently next time. Maybe instead of raising your voice, you could calmly express how the interruption made you feel. By envisioning alternative responses, you prepare yourself to act more thoughtfully and calmly when faced with similar triggers. Sharing your reflections with a trusted friend or mentor can also be beneficial. Discussing your experiences and getting feedback can provide new insights and perspectives. They might offer different ways to handle situations that you haven't considered, helping you grow and improve your emotional responses. This collaborative reflection can strengthen your support network and provide accountability. 11. Embrace adversity. What if instead of fearing challenges, you saw them as opportunities for growth? Embracing adversity is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. It teaches us that facing difficulties head-on can build resilience and strengthen our character. This mindset shift can transform how we handle life's inevitable obstacles. Consider this. Your car breaks down on your way to an important meeting. Your initial reaction might be anger and frustration. But what if you viewed this setback as a chance to practice problem-solving and patience? By embracing the situation, you can focus on finding a solution rather than being consumed by anger. Call for roadside assistance, inform the meeting organizers, and use the waiting time to catch up on emails or plan your next steps. Incorporate this mindset into your daily life by consciously reframing challenges. For example, if you receive critical feedback at work, instead of feeling defensive or angry, view it as an opportunity to improve your skills and performance. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this feedback? How can it make me better? This approach not only helps you grow, but also reduces the negative emotional impact of criticism. Adversity can also be embraced in personal relationships. Suppose you're experiencing a conflict with a friend or family member. Instead of letting anger dictate your response, see the conflict as a chance to deepen your understanding and improve communication. Approach the situation with curiosity and a willingness to listen. This not only helps resolve the conflict, but also strengthens the relationship. Engage in activities that challenge you physically and mentally. Whether it's rigorous exercise, learning a new language, or tackling a difficult project, these experiences teach you how to cope with discomfort and build mental toughness. The resilience you develop through these activities can then be applied to other areas of your life. This practice not only helps you manage anger and frustration, but also fosters a mindset of resilience and strength. Embrace this principle, and you'll find that life's difficulties become opportunities to enhance your character and capabilities. 12. Focus on your values. Have you ever felt lost or overwhelmed by life's challenges? Focusing on your core values can anchor you and provide clarity and direction, especially in moments of anger and frustration. By aligning your actions with your values, you can navigate difficulties with greater composure and purpose. In your daily life, take time to identify and articulate your core values. Write them down and keep them visible, perhaps on your desk or as a note on your phone. Regularly remind yourself of these values, especially when facing stressful or anger-inducing situations. For instance, if patience is a core value, remind yourself of it when dealing with a difficult customer service interaction. This practice helps you respond in ways that are true to who you are, rather than reacting impulsively. Before you begin your daily activities, take a few moments to reflect on how you want to embody your values throughout the day. If kindness is one of your values, set an intention to perform small acts of kindness, whether it's complimenting a colleague or helping a stranger. This proactive approach keeps your values at the forefront of your mind and guides your actions. Engage in regular self-reflection to assess how well you are living according to your values. At the end of each day, ask yourself if your actions were aligned with your core principles. Reflect on any moments where you may have strayed, and think about how you can improve in the future. This reflection not only reinforces your commitment to your values, but also helps you make continuous improvements in your behavior and decision-making. 13. Cultivate inner peace. How often do you find yourself caught up in the chaos of everyday life, feeling stressed and angry? Cultivating inner peace is a Stoic practice that can help you maintain calm and balance, no matter what life throws your way. This inner tranquility acts as a buffer against the stresses and frustrations of the outside world. When you're juggling work deadlines, family responsibilities, and personal errands, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and irritable. But by intentionally cultivating inner peace, you can navigate these demands with greater ease. Start your day with a few minutes of meditation or deep breathing exercises. This simple practice can set a calm tone for the day ahead and help you respond to stress with a clear mind. Incorporate moments of mindfulness throughout your day. For example, while drinking your morning coffee, take a few moments to savor the taste and aroma, focusing solely on the present experience. These small pauses can help you stay grounded and centered, reducing the likelihood of becoming overwhelmed by anger or frustration. Mindfulness helps you create a calm space within yourself, no matter what is happening externally. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to reflect on what you are grateful for. This practice shifts your focus from what is lacking or stressful to what is positive and fulfilling in your life. For instance, instead of dwelling on a frustrating commute, be grateful for the fact that you have a job to go to. Gratitude helps you maintain a positive outlook and reduces the impact of daily irritations. Create a peaceful environment at home or at work. Declutter your space, play calming music, and introduce elements that promote relaxation, such as plants or soothing colors. A serene environment can significantly influence your mood and stress levels. When you return to this peaceful space after dealing with the outside world's chaos, it helps you reset and maintain your inner calm. 14. Practice gratitude. Have you ever noticed how focusing on what you lack can make you feel more frustrated and angry? Practicing gratitude is a powerful Stoic principle that can shift your perspective and help you find peace and contentment in your daily life. By appreciating what you have, you can diminish feelings of anger and cultivate a more positive outlook. Imagine you're upset because you didn't get a promotion at work. Instead of dwelling on this disappointment, take a moment to reflect on what you do have: a stable job, supportive colleagues, and opportunities for growth. By focusing on these positives, you can reduce your frustration and see the situation in a more balanced light. You can start by keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you are grateful for. These can be simple things like a warm cup of coffee in the morning, a kind word from a friend, or a beautiful sunset. This practice trains your mind to look for the good in every day, no matter how small. Over time, this habit can significantly shift your mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance. Expressing gratitude to others is another effective way to practice this principle. Take the time to thank those around you for their support, kindness, and contributions. This could be as simple as sending a thank you note, giving a genuine compliment, or expressing your appreciation in person. Not only does this strengthen your relationships, but it also reinforces your own feelings of gratitude and positivity. Gratitude can also be practiced in the face of challenges. When something goes wrong, try to find something positive in the situation. For example, if you miss your train instead of getting angry, be grateful for the unexpected extra time to read a book or listen to music. This practice helps you reframe negative situations and maintain a positive attitude, even when things don't go as planned. 15. Live simply. Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the constant pursuit of more? More possessions, more success, more everything. The Stoic principle of living simply can help you focus on what truly matters, reducing stress and anger in the process. By simplifying your life, you can find greater peace and contentment. Consider your daily routine. How much of it is filled with tasks and activities that don't bring you joy or fulfillment? Start by identifying areas where you can simplify. For instance, declutter your living space. A clean and organized environment can significantly reduce stress and create a sense of calm. Donate or discard items you no longer need, and keep only what is useful or brings you happiness. In your schedule, prioritize activities that align with your values and goals. Eliminate or reduce commitments that drain your energy or time. For example, if you find social media scrolling consumes hours of your day, set limits on your usage and replace it with more meaningful activities, like reading, exercising, or spending time with loved ones. This shift helps you focus on quality over quantity, making your days more fulfilling. Financial simplicity is another crucial aspect. Evaluate your spending habits and identify areas where you can cut back. Do you really need the latest gadget or designer clothes to be happy? Focus on spending money on experiences rather than things. For example, plan a trip with family or friends instead of buying new material possessions. Experiences often bring more lasting joy and create cherished memories. Simplify your diet by choosing wholesome natural foods and avoiding overly processed items. Preparing simple, nutritious meals can improve your health and reduce the time and stress associated with complex cooking. Enjoying a simple meal can be a mindful practice, allowing you to savor the flavors and appreciate the nourishment. 16. Use rational thinking. How often do you let emotions drive your reactions, only to regret them later? Using rational thinking is a key Stoic principle that helps you manage anger and make better decisions. By grounding your actions in logic and reason, you can navigate life's challenges with a clear and calm mind. Imagine you're in a heated argument with a friend. Your emotions are running high, and you're tempted to say something hurtful. Instead, take a step back and ask yourself, what is the rational response here? What outcome do I really want? By shifting your focus to a logical perspective, you can de-escalate the situation and respond in a way that preserves the relationship rather than damages it. Incorporate rational thinking into your daily life by regularly questioning your initial reactions. For example, if you receive criticism at work, your immediate response might be defensiveness or anger. Instead, pause and consider the validity of the feedback. Ask yourself, is there any truth to this? How can I use this information to improve? This rational approach not only helps you grow, but also reduces the emotional sting of criticism. Another practical application is to plan your responses to common stresses. If you know that certain situations like traffic jams or long lines trigger your anger, prepare a rational strategy in advance. Remind yourself that these are minor inconveniences and that getting upset won't change the outcome. Use the time to listen to an audiobook, practice deep breathing, or simply enjoy a moment of stillness. This preparation helps you handle frustrating situations with composure. Solve puzzles, play strategy games, or engage in debates that challenge your reasoning abilities. These activities train your mind to think critically and stay focused on logic rather than emotion. Over time, this practice will make it easier to apply rational thinking in your everyday life. 17. Seek wisdom. How often do you take time to learn and grow from the experiences around you? Seeking wisdom is a foundational Stoic principle that encourages continuous learning and self-improvement. By actively pursuing knowledge and understanding, you can better manage anger and navigate life's complexities with grace and insight. Consider a moment when you felt frustrated because you didn't understand something at work or in a personal project. Instead of letting that frustration build into anger, view it as an opportunity to learn. Ask questions, seek out resources, and dedicate time to expanding your knowledge. For example, if you're struggling with a new software program at work, take an online course or ask a knowledgeable colleague for help. By focusing on growth rather than frustration, you can transform a challenging situation into a learning experience. Incorporate wisdom-seeking habits into your daily routine. Dedicate time each day to read books, listen to podcasts, or watch videos that expand your horizons. Choose content that challenges your current understanding and introduces new perspectives. For instance, reading philosophical texts or biographies of influential figures can provide valuable insights into handling adversity and developing resilience. This daily habit of learning keeps your mind sharp and prepared for life's challenges. Reflect on your experiences to extract wisdom from them. At the end of each day, Take a few moments to consider what you've learned from the day's events. Did a particular situation teach you something about yourself or others? How can you apply this knowledge in the future? Writing these reflections in a journal can help solidify your insights and serve as a valuable resource for personal growth. Seek out mentors or join discussion groups where you can share experiences and learn from different viewpoints. Listening to others' stories and advice can provide new strategies for managing your own challenges. For example, discussing stress management techniques with a friend who has a calming presence can offer practical tips for staying composed under pressure. In this video, we've explored 17 powerful Stoic lessons to help you manage anger and lead a more fulfilling life. From practicing mindfulness and embracing adversity to seeking wisdom and cultivating inner peace, these principles offer practical tools for transforming your mindset and reactions. By integrating these Stoic teachings into your daily routine, you can navigate life's challenges with greater calm, resilience, and clarity. Embrace these lessons and discover the profound impact they can have on your journey toward a more balanced and harmonious life. Thank you for joining us, and remember, true strength lies within.